So, next up, I've got Projekt Pitchfork's Aeon Aeon. And FYI, if you happen to hear any tapping, that would be my oldest on the ground here playing Diablo on his Switch.
Yep.
So, Projekt Pitchfork, I'd never heard of them. I was at a CD store in Fort Lauderdale, and I picked it up for, I don't think you can see the price, $3.98. Figured $4, if it's shit, whatever, I'm out $4. But, like I said, I love the occult, I love esoteric stuff. That's why I kind of bought that Lilac CD that I reviewed a couple weeks ago. So I see this, I see Projekt Pitchfork. The CD cover to me kind of looks like the zooming in of like an animal's eye. So Projekt Pitchfork, weird monster eye. It says to me I might like this. And overall, it was actually a really cool album. Now, the first thing that I noticed when I put this on, first song Carnival plays, and again, never heard the band before, but there is a band that I listened to called 10 Cent Toys. They're from Tampa, Florida. And one of their singers is actually the band founder. His name is David Zawacki. And he's got this really cool, like, very distinct, gravelly voice. And he throws all these effects on. It's very cool, and it's super reminiscent to this Peach Spiel. I think I'm saying that right. It's German. If I'm wrong, well, whatever. So, it goes really, really well with the music. I think this is a fantastic album to pick up, especially if you're lucky like me and you can come across it for $4. I found out, as I was reading the lyrics and trying to research this stuff, that it's actually a concept album. So it made me go back and sit down with the booklet here and actually flip through the songs, read the lyrics with the songs. I went back and watched the music videos. I think I've got the idea of the story. Maybe somebody can correct me. Before I get into that, let me just rant for a second. I love concept albums. I think they're really cool, and I love when a band does it well.
I also love concept albums.
Thank you, buddy. But one thing I cannot fucking stand about concept albums is when the story is just kind of thrown out there. Like, when I say that, I mean, like, okay, I've got all these songs in here, I've got the lyrics, they're all kind of vague, and, like, you can kind of tell they're attached here or there, but other than that, they play well on their own, which is cool, but if it's a concept album, I want to know the story. So, like, King Diamond does it really well. King Diamond will put out a concept album, and you know what the story is by the time it's done. With this, I'm sitting here going, okay, Carnival... okay, so Carnival has something to do with machines. Okay. I think the story is essentially man versus machine. It's like machines are trying to take over and turn people into machines. And the main character of the story is kind of fighting it off. And I think at the end he kind of gives in. But I don't know. So again, if someone can correct me, if someone knows the story, please tell me. Because nothing drives me crazier than knowing I have a fucking concept album in my hand and I can't figure out the fucking story. That's my rant. Anyways. Lyrically, honestly, I'm not even gonna, like, discredit them for lyrics. Because the lyrics they're good. They're pretty good, kind of simple, but they're a German band. So I'm going to assume that English is a second language, and they managed to write this whole concept album in a second language. I barely have a grasp of the English fucking language, let alone trying to write a concept album in another language. So, good on them for that. Flipping through the book, again, you got the cover here. I love the back photo. I think that is so cool. That would make an awesome tattoo. One thing that really made me laugh about this, you got pictures of the band in here, and I've never seen the band before. Okay? When I first looked at this, I started laughing at how these guys have such a cool 90s and like goth industrial sound, but like they look like they should be in the band Bush or some like 90s alternative indie band. Now, there's a great picture. Again, tell me the singer doesn't look like Gavin Rossdale in this. This legit looks like a picture of the band Bush. But, doesn't matter. I got the CD here. And again, the track listing. If you do happen to pick this up, it's a great industrial album. I would suggest Carnival, Hunted, Resist, and Karma Monster. Absolutely Karma Monster and Resist. Like, I can't tell you how many times I walked away humming, Karma Monster is waiting in the dark. It's just so catchy. And that's one thing, is half of this album is so fucking good. The other half kind of loses it a little bit. And there are a couple songs on here where you can tell, all right, this was just put on here to have a good danceable song to play in clubs and stuff. And you can't fault them for that. It's an industrial band. I mean, their bread and butter is made off of clubs playing their songs for people to dance to. But definitely, absolutely check out Karma Monster and Carnival, Hunted, Resist. Those are easily the catchiest songs on here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and call this now. There's no reason to make every review 10 minutes long. It's a good album. Pick it up if you can find it for a couple bucks. I'd say anything more than $7, $8. Under that, though, if you see it, grab it. Absolutely. They do have a couple of music videos on YouTube for this album. Steel Rose being one of them. And Carnival, of course. Which is a really trippy music video. I actually just watched it. So, I'll go ahead and call it now. Pick it up if you see it. It's a great album, and it really makes me want to check out the other stuff that they've put out. If you can recommend anything from them, let me know. Because I always wonder, I like this, but these guys have put out like 14 fucking albums. So, where does this fall in their discography? Is this like top of the line? Is it kind of shit? Now, of course, keep CD stores alive. Music stores. Just keep music alive in general. And I've mentioned it before, but in this day and age, I mean, music is the voice of the people. Rock and roll is rebellion at its roots. Metal is rebellion. And nowadays, we need more rebellion than ever before. Fucking anti-Christian bias league. I can't believe that shit. Anyways, if you agree, let me know. If you don't, let me know. I don't know anything about this band. So, I'd love to know what other people are saying. And I mentioned earlier that band 10 Cent Toys. Check them out. If you like Projekt Pitchfork, seriously, go check out 10 Cent Toys. They're fucking awesome. So, keep music stores alive. Keep local music alive. And,